Hey everybody, it's Greg Melvin again with Real Estate News Fort Worth and Helen Painter Group Realtors. Today I want to talk today a few minutes about how to buy a home. A lot of these are things that you already know. First of all, you probably want to check your credit score. A lot of the new lenders require a minimum of 640. Some of them now are at 620. So just because your credit may not be 700 or 800 doesn't mean you can't buy a house. Look at your bank account. Find out how much money you've got, how much you have access to. Maybe you can, borrow some money from your relatives to help with your down payment. There's a lot of different ways that you can access some cash. A lot of times, credit card advances or pull out a 401k. Certain things you can tap your 401k. I think one of them is to help buy a house. Talk to your banker. If you have your own bank, go talk to the mortgage department of your bank, or you can talk to a mortgage lender. We have, of course, Jonathan Sandy works with us. We have tons of different banks that he accesses. So every bank has different criteria. So don't think that if your bank tells you no, that means you can't get a loan. There's a lot of different lenders. There's a lot of different banks and a lot of different opportunities to get a house loan. Decide how much of a down payment you need. You can get anywhere from, if you have a VA loan or some of the first-time buyer loans, or USDA has a program where it's nothing down, so you don't have to come up with the down payment part of the money you have to come up with. You'll still have to come up with some closing costs, but you won't necessarily have to come up with a down payment. There are other programs. The FHA has a program where 3.5%, 3.25%, you can put that down and use that, and that's all you need as far as down payment. And then find yourself a good agent. A real estate agent can really help guide you through a lot of the different details that are involved in buying a house. It's not just, oh, there's a house, I want it, that's the one. There's more to it than that. You have to really research. You want to find out a house that's going to work for you and your family. You want to find a house that is going to work for you payment-wise. You don't want to buy too much house. You want to be able to live in there comfortably. I mean, unless you've inherited a lot of money or you're already living in a house that's paid for. Most people either say, I'm going to pay in rent, or I'm going to buy my own house and have a mortgage, so I'm going to pay a mortgage. So usually most folks, not everybody, I think about 33% of American public currently owns their homes outright. The other 67% are either paying rent or, have a mortgage. So, find yourself a good agent to help you with that. Start looking for a house. A great place, of course, is to look online, and you can really weed out a lot of the things that you don't want or that aren't your cup of tea for your particular situation. There's a lot of places that you can look online and find stuff. And then the next thing is go to your agent and say, look, this is the house I want. Your agent, if you tell them what you want, they can find the house for you that you want. And one of the things that we do is we spend a lot of time looking at houses that aren't in the MLS for what we call our secret house list of houses that are for sale, but they're not online, they're not in the MLS, and so that's one of the benefits that we can bring, to our relationship, helping you get the house that you want. And once you find the house you want, of course, then you're going to put in your offer, and once you get an offer accepted, then you're going to have your home inspection, and you're going to have any other issues that come up from that is when you're going to talk to the seller, and maybe get them to help you, either fix those items or help you pay for them, and you can negotiate part of that as far as, we want to have the seller pay part of the closing cost, which is pretty common. They won't pay all of them sometimes, but sometimes they will. Everyone's different, and every situation is different. So, but buying a house, the first thing that you really need to do is, talk to your bank or to your lender, find out how much house you can buy. You can spend a lot of time looking at houses that you can't buy. A lot of times you can spend, on the internet. That's a good thing about looking at the internet. You can see, okay, everything I want in a house costs $200,000, $300,000, $400,000. So if I talk to my lender, my finance guy, he can tell me, okay, I can buy a house that's worth $300,000 or $400,000. Or he might say, currently you're only in a position where we can get you approved for about 250, maybe 175. So that's all the more reason there that you need to talk to your lender first and talk to those guys and find out what you can get approved for. And they may tell you, you've got a couple of bumps in your credit history. We have a couple of solutions here to help you get those solutions rectified so you can get a loan, but first you need one or two bumps you need to take care of. And again, those guys are professionals. They know how to do that, and they can lead you and show you how to do that. And the great thing about it is that then okay, I can buy a house for $263,000. So then we go out and look at houses, and we'll go look at houses that are 250, 260, maybe 270. Because a lot of times, we can get the seller to come down a little bit and get them down within your price range at 263. But if you spend a little time looking online, you already know, well, that's a $500,000 house. I can't currently, buy that one, but I can buy ones that have these amenities and have, these 4 bedrooms and 3 baths, and it's in this neighborhood I want to be in. It's close to work, and I can get that in my price range. It's 275 or 250. So that's the great benefit about talking to your lenders first. One of the very first steps you take is talking to those guys, because then you're not spending a lot of time looking at houses that you can't buy, even if you wanted to. So then, of course, lastly is you submit your mortgage application. Once you've found the house, you've got your offer submitted, and you've gone, and actually once they've accepted your offer, at that point you've got just a few days to get your lending application, mortgage application submitted, because your seller is going to want to know that you're approved and you can buy the house, and you want to know too, can I buy this house or not? And so, but that's why you're going back a couple of steps, and you're going to look at having a conversation with your lenders first, because they're going to pre-qualify you or even pre-approve you, so that you can know out of the gate, all right, this how much house I can buy. And again, you're going to submit your mortgage application, and then the bank's going to send out an appraiser to do that. And once the appraiser has come back and the bank says, the appraisal matches what we're going to loan you the house, and then you set up a closing date, and usually it's a couple weeks after that, and you close. So that's kind of the process. That's how it works. So anyway, just a little quick buying process educational video here for you. If you don't know, a lot of people know this stuff, but there's some folks, it's your first time and you don't know. So that's why we're here. We're here to help. Again, comment, if you would, down in the comment section, and if you would subscribe over wherever that is. And again, my name is Greg Melvin with Real Estate News Fort Worth. I'm a broker here in Fort Worth with Helen Painter Group Realtors. My phone number is 402-216-5984. That's 402-216-5984. I'll talk to you later. Thanks. Bye-bye.